We never had basic and secondary, neither senior secondary. When you move from class 2 to class 3, you start doing physics, chemistry, biology. And then, whether you are reading the books or not, you carry them to prove to others that you have booked to come free. Then you carry the big books, Lambert, Stone and Cousin, Necon, and all that. Now, Ubiokoro was my principal. One day, he met 2 students, and he asked them, after first exam, I see that you boys are carrying these big books. When you leave this school, what do you intend to study? The first one said, we study medicine. He said, now, in your first exam, what were your grades? And one of them said, he made distinction in mathematics, English, biology, chemistry, physics, and even statistics. He said, well, if you give it up, you'll be a medical doctor. And what about you? The other one said, he wants to study medicine also. And economics. And then he can do very well in the Soko language. The principal looked at him and said, well, from all indication you'll be a doctor, but certainly a native doctor. Because you will need a Greek to know the herbs, you need economics to know how to charge your patients, and you need the Soko language to communicate with the spirit. I'm sure the boys did not study medicine. But for me, I ended up studying law. I'm not saying I was a student. We will take some goodwill messages. Then, one thing led to another, they got married. It's only me that can tell the story. Hallelujah. Let me now welcome Mr. Chairman, the erudite professor, the one with the company, who is also an evangelist, Professor Patrick Morgan, also known as
before I start, hello, before I start, I will crave the indulgence of His Excellency to permit me to ask all of us to rise in memory of, for 1 minute, in memory of Dr. Obaro Asu, the pioneer principal of this school. If you permit me, just for 1 minute. May his soul rest in peace. Senator Fai Ado Ogowa, ably represented by my sister, Mrs. Rose Ezewu, Honorable Committee, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. The chairman of the local South local government, Pastor Victor Atata. Atata means umbrella, no wonder he's a member of the PDP. Very big umbrella in Soko South. Mr. Chairman, you are welcome. Traditional rulers here present, particularly the Ojonubu of Uli, who is our chief host here. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education Director, here present. Permit me to specially recognize the Permanent Excellency that we know, Permanent Excellency Esa Enauru, whose tenure goes beyond 8 years, as His Excellency. The wife of our pioneer principal, Mrs. Obaro Asu, I recognize you specially, and other principals who have passed through the doors of the Model Grammar School. especially the pioneer speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, the person of the Right Honorable Emmanuel Okoro, especially recognized the pioneer speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly. Other high chiefs here present, men of God here present, particularly the Venerable Igri, who was my schoolmate at the University of Ibadan. Igri, you are welcome, sir. Coming here 50 years after the establishment of Emograms School, as chairman of this occasion, would have made more meaning to me if that great teacher, that great administrator, that father, that unionist, that community leader, in the person of Obaro Aso, was present. He would have seen that the 24-year-old boy, whom he mentored here as a teacher for one term, has grown to become the chairman of the ceremony in which he is present. But man proposes and God disposes. May his soul rest in peace. My speech is a very short one. I'll just go down memory lane. The things I learned in Emograms School for the period I was here. There are names I will mention here, not because I knew them personally, but they were names always announced by either Dr. Aso or Mr. Eke, who was his vice principal then. Either they were troublesome or they were active. I would not know why those names will continue to ring a bell. I always heard of Onyai Bodo. I didn't know who Onyai Bodo was. Ibenu, Eke, what was the Ibenu? Where are you? Atabata. Pat Onodu, I guess it's from Enwe. Pat Okene, very troublesome then. Jibi Ejo. Okurame, from my mother's village. Anata. Then the goalkeeper, Gabriel Ewepa. He was a great goalkeeper. But one day he had Mazuku and Asu told him during assembly in the morning before they went for a match. Ewepa, if you know you are going to pull your muscles during the match, start pulling those muscles here now so that you don't go to the field to start pulling your muscles. Of course, Esther Adabamu and my great sprinter, Mercy Okunaka. Fantastic sprinter. I will not forget Matthew. When I came in, I had to go and greet Matthew. He was the pioneer driver of the modern grammar school. I will never forget him. And each time they were going out in that small bus, the students would say, Matthew, put fire. Asking him to put fire in the bus. And yet, he was a very careful driver, knowing that he was carrying students. But the students wanted him to go there. The pioneer, that's Matthew for you. The pioneer senior prefect, Kenneth Amuho, at Uru Grammar School. They defeated us though, and it was raining that day. Kenneth Amuho was the last man in the defense. He was a great defender indeed. I still remember him. I wonder if he can still do that. Our father was the man they called Itu Amaiti. Labor prefect, always going around with his stick and pursuing the junior ones. Go for prep, go for dinner, go for whatever. And my day was everywhere. Until we speak today, and my day is everywhere. No wonder he became a very successful President General of the Togo Development Unit. I especially recognize you, Itu and my day. I also remember one of the his father was one of the teachers here. You were in Form 4 when I came in. You are not going to Form 5 yet. I appreciate it. Now I looked at the program. And I saw the edifice that the is to be commissioned by His Excellency the Governor. An edifice that the Permanent Excellency Nauru put in place in the name of the Old Students Association. I thank you for that, Permanent Excellency. We expect more from you. Because for that hall to be put to effective use the way I want it, I would like that it becomes a JAMB examination center. Because it's big enough for a JAMB examination center. But for it to qualify for a JAMB examination center, for it to qualify as a JAMB examination center, something is basic that must be done. And we shall cry to you again. There must be a minimum of 250 computers. Once we have a minimum of 250 computers, leave the rest to me, and we pursue that call, becoming a JAMB center in Sokoland. That can be done, but put the computers in place. Another good thing I saw in the program was the launching of an endowment fund. Also an education foundation, any name you call it. That is an area that the governor of Delta State, Dr. Atoifayo Okowa, is looking into very seriously, an endowment fund. But let me correct an impression of what an endowment fund is not. An endowment fund is not money for sharing. Whatever we generate today or in the future in the name of an endowment fund cannot be spent. It's only the interest or the profit from the investment of that money that can be spent. Therefore, if we raise 100 million naira today, that 100 million naira is not available for a modern grammar school to use. But the profit from the investment of that money is what is available for a modern grammar school to use. That is why you observe that today, Rockefeller Foundation and Ford Foundation are still giving scholarships and building faculties in universities. Rockefeller is not dead. Ford is long dead. Rockefeller is long dead. But they are still building faculties in universities worldwide. The money is not coming from the grave. The money is coming from investment that they made in the name of education. So decades after they are gone, that money is still yielding interest. Let it be known that every government contributes an old boy or old girl to school. In the next 10, 20, 100, 200 years, that boy you contribute today will continue to yield interest for a modern grammar school. And I appeal to all of us, I will participate in the endowment function of us, I appeal to all of us to take along this spirit when we launch the endowment. Let me also advise, it is easy to say we need 50 million naira, we cry to somebody to raise the money. You don't do that in church. That's why nobody owns the church. If there is error in church, you see that the old women will bring their 1 kobo, 5 kobo, 10 kobo, 100 naira, 1,000 and so on. Because as you bring, God is registering your name. So I want the very big people here to donate 50 million naira. The very small people like us, we donate 10,000 naira. When we are talking of the endowment fund, they say Patrick Bobogari contributed towards the endowment fund. Whether it is 5,000 naira or 1,000 naira, it does not matter. Ekemet era, my own was also there. So we will queue behind the entire knowledge of this world in establishing an endowment fund in the modern grammar school that will be an example to all of Delta State. So whether money comes from Asaba or not, the principal of the modern grammar school should be able to replace a leaky roof. The principal of the modern grammar school should be able to change a broken down door. The principal of the modern grammar school should be able to take care of the health center of the school. It's not everything we try to Asaba for. Asaba is not a bottomless pit. That pit has a depth. The money has a volume, but the money also has a figure. What we need from government is more than what government can do. It's on that note I appeal to everybody. And finally, when I drove in and I saw this arrangement, what I told my friends who came with me was, I am not surprised. We are in Isoko land. Isoko land does not do anything in half measure. You are either doing it or you are not doing it. It's only in Isoko you see this kind of arrangement. All the big men are here. For the purpose of these small children who are in PS1, these old men are seated here. And that is why I promise you, Honorable Commissioner, if you come 10 years from now, 20 years from now, no Isoko man will encroach onto this man. Because this man is tabled by Isoko people to belong to a government school. Not just yet. There is no school man in Isoko like that. You see encroach upon, because every Isoko man takes government property in Isoko land as his own property. And until we have this culture, the state cannot move forward. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the 50th year anniversary of the Modern Grammar School holding. Thank you for coming and see you.
Please put your hands together. You will kneel down. Yes. Jesus. Cultural food. They will display. You have a limited time. Once I say stop, you stop. So let's welcome the cultural display. Let's put our hands together for them as they come. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so good ladies of Africa. And it is one student of Emograms School in honor of Emograms School celebration of Golden Jubilee. His Excellency, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, the Governor of Delta State, His Royal Majesty Anthony Williams, Honorable JP, the Authority of Holy Kingdom, other royalties, Commissioner of the Ministry of Education, distinguished dignitaries, all students of Emograms School, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome to our 50th anniversary and Golden Jubilee celebration. Emograms was founded on the 8th of September 1972. It is a home of excellence, a school which brings up young minds to become great men and women in society and Nigeria at large. These are the two things. It has experienced tremendous development. Thanks to open association, Shishudu and my day, and lots more. Emograms School is a school that focuses more on education, discipline, punctuality and orderly. Emograms School has won lots of athletic competition, spelling quiz, debate, and lots more. It has produced over 10,000 students in Nigeria today. I am a co-student of Emograms School Please put your hands together for them as they dance up. Thank you. I know you are. So that His Excellency can go back to Asaba to attend to some issues. We want to see the person. Isn't that so, Professor Morgan? So, we join my heart to like to invite Dr. Arthur Ifayokoa, the Governor of Delta State, by the grace of God, the next Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is represented here by the Commissioner for Secondary Education, who also takes care of part of basic education. Chief Mrs. Rose Ezewu. She will deliver His Excellency's speech. Join us.
Ceremony of the celebration of the 50th year anniversary of this great institution. I wish to commend the old students for giving it free to organize an occasion such as this at this period of downturn in the economy of this country. This goes to portray the fact that you appreciate the sacrifices of the founding fathers of the school, and by your contribution to the partner with the Delta State government in education sector. Suffice to me to say that your contribution will in no small way enhance learning in your arm matter. Let me use this video to say that infrastructural development is cardinal point of the smart agenda of His Excellency. The effort of High Chief Enahoro in building the multipurpose hall is appreciated as it will provide a conducive atmosphere for teaching and learning. I use this medium to appeal His Royal Highness and the leaders of Ole community to ensure that the project is protected. Most importantly, the principal, staff, and students should justify the kind gesture of the donor by ensuring its just use and maintenance. I also use this medium to charge other voluntary individuals, organizations, and groups to embrace the emulated this kind of gesture. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to welcome everyone seated here and to declare the Golden Jubilee celebration open in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. You and God bless you.
Students, panel students to join in the concert. And the panel speaker is here, the panel speaker must join. Panel speaker must join in the concert. Please, about you, President General ITU has been around. You're welcome, sir. And the first Vice President. I know they do over. I was the official tester of all the cooking. Professor Mogba, what you have to know? Our mummies are they there? 1, 5, 10, 20, 30, 45. No, wait, after calling. speech. Please, let's go back to our seats.
We know this, sir. Yes, my name is Dafilo Albert Udomadoka. I'm the home branch chairman of the Old Students Association, Emograms Golden Jubilee.
So how do you feel about today's occasion being celebrated by the Emograms students?
I'm so enthralled and delighted about what has happened here. Because when we were thinking of this program, this project some years ago, we had the fears whether we were able to complete the project or not. But suddenly, one of us, High Chief Navarrete, decided to take the project off our neck, and he has done it. In record time, within about 16 months, he has completed the project. And we are all very, very happy today that the project is done, and all those students are happy that we have something to be put to our own at the age of 50 years.
So what word of commendation do you have for excellency?
I usually say that giving is not a function of having. There are people who have but do not give. But people who give have that talent. It's a gift from God, and I want you to continue to develop that gift. And as He gives, may God continue to replenish Him.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm Kenneth Okomemas Amuho. I happen to be the Pioneer Senior Prefect of Emograms School, who ruled for 5 years. It was on his 5th year that I handed over to my successor.
Yeah, so how do you feel about today's opening of this Golden Jubilee celebration?
In fact, we thank God for everything, because we had all along been scared, apprehensive about this day. Now we're going to sail through. But with God on our side, everything has gone smoothly. I will give Him the glory. The hall has been commissioned now, built by Nahoro for us. We thank God for that. This also inspires others. We also have the same goodwill Nahoro has. So do things to project and promote the name of this school. We thank God for everything.
Thank you very much.
All of you is perhaps unarguably the most prominent, the most successful Federal of IDU. And apart from you also have another member of IDU who is from the oil industry, Chief Nicholas Okwega, who retired as the head of the offshore stream in Shell Nigeria Limited. Sorry, NNPC. So, gentlemen, we want to thank these people, want to thank all of you, want to pay homage to this institution for producing this high caliber of Isoko people. And we want also to give a praise to our feet to all our prominent sons and daughters, by the old students of Emory, to join IPA in developing Isoko, because our motto is Isoko first, Isoko first. We have to do them to develop Isoko. So once again, I want to wish all of you, I want to celebrate you, I want to thank the old boys and the students, the college students. Thank you so much. I wish you a very, very happy silver jubilation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Let me stand on the existing protocols to say that I rejoice with Emograms School on a day like this. Brother, you know, when they were telling me to use the so-called, I was a little bit worried that you are here. And being the former commissioner for higher education, it should not be too good that your son that you had tuteled over the years will stand there, will not be able to tell you that I appreciate what you have done before now. We are here today to celebrate 50 years of Emograms Grammar School only. Interesting 50 years. Remarkable 50 years. 50 years of unique history. 50 years of etched history. The reason why I say it's etched history is as a result of the fact that if you look at the arena here, you will attest to the fact that this institution has been a center for human capital mining. And if that is not the case, then we will be talking of people like High Chief Honorable Eta Enauro. If that wasn't the case, we will be talking of the likes of High Chief Idu Amaide. If that was not the case, we will be talking about a whole cream of all that are here today. Even though I was not trained from Emograms Grammar School, considering the fact that they are sisters to the school where I was trained, one of the excellent schools as far as Isoko is concerned, I stand strongly to say that I rejoice with Emograms Grammar School. Emograms Grammar School have been able to showcase the fact that they can lead the part of development in Isoko. And that is why one of their own, in the season where resources are scarce in terms of managing institutions in Nigeria, one of their own had decided to put this wonderful edifice. May I, on behalf of the whole of Isoko people, may I, on behalf of the government of Delta State, may I, on behalf of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, make bold to say that today, please permit me, with all sense of decency, that let's rise and tell High Chief Eta Enauro that he has done so well. High Chief Eta Enauro, the Iyasera of Oye the Kingdom, let me to give you 3 posa. Chief Eta Enauro posa. President General IGU, for the purpose of the desk, they were presented by Emograms Grammar School Foundation for Community Development, also known as the Integrated Classmates. 50 desks in number, 50 in number. Let's put our hands together for them. I have been told that they also have something to say when we get to the endowment period. We'll allow them to say it. Having said that, I will take the microphone to Nigeria go, yeah. Apostle Mama go, yeah. It's a pleasure to be here today, and I want to quickly stand on well-established protocol by the chairman of this very beautiful gathering. I'm standing, by the way, I am His Majesty Dr. Joseph Atubo Agata, and the Regent of the Republic of Nigeria. From here, I'm standing on behalf of the whole of Isoko traditional rulers, the Isoko nation, under the leadership, and of course, we are in the domain also, His Majesty the Republic
students of the Emograms School. Most of you just come from an iconic government college today. And I know we have gone to this kind of celebration. So that's why I'm very, very particularly happy that in the school that is domiciled and resident in this region is celebrating today. Like I said, I want to use the royal seal of blessing on all our success. But also it's very clear that this celebration will not be complete by whining and dining, dancing and singing today. There's a lot of work left for the old students of this school. That is the area of mentorship. It is the responsibility of you, even after we have left this ceremony today, to stand behind and firmly, resolutely, behind the core students of Emograms Golden Jubilee. It is also a place of paradise. I want to say without reservation that if you celebrate here and pray away and see this badge of this school in Port Harcourt, in Canada, in Kano, and don't acknowledge and respect it, then you are not done to very much. Because I know that I want on behalf of the whole of Golden and those of this international life express our very best wishes to everybody who has been here. And at the same time, dear Father, I want to please and pray God to bring His blessings upon everyone that is here today. To ask that you have a long life, good health, and you will live well in obedience and labor. I'm in a lively format. Why you want to get church, you want to come out? Why?
Because of the religious of times, all protocols duly observed. I wish to say that I feel greatly honored as we call upon to give this address, not only as the chairman of the Social Status Government, but also a friend of Emograms Grammar School. A friend not only because my siblings attended this school, but also in the course of time, these friends in this noble institution. Thank you. It is indeed a wonderful thing to come together once again like this, to share beautiful moments, beautiful memories of yesteryear with nostalgia, in order to share a progressive thought for yourselves as individuals and also collectively progress the well-being of your alma mater in a manner that is expected to impact positively on the lives of the upcoming students that will pass through this great institution. Congratulations to you for putting so much effort on organizing the microphone event. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Thanks and appreciation especially to Chief Eta Enaro for this edifice. While I celebrate with you as you rejoice on your Golden Jubilee, it is my hope and wish all your plans and dreams of taking this institution to great heights come to fruition. God bless you gracefully. Carry on as flow with you. Thank you. Best wishes. Better years ahead. Thank you so much.
50 of this. The cost of building this church is 750,000. Let's put our hands together for them. Oh, it's so good. You're not going to know more for you. I'm going to come with you. One would not know what Bara would it kill? Wako ya Kamona Barana. Wonderful. What am I going to do? But thank God, a product of this school, whose house has since been demolished because of a cardiac.
I want to stand on existing protocols. And as much as possible, I want to present a brief version of the lecture that is already agreed. And so I want to plead that I will not take more than 15-20 minutes to make my presentation. What we are speaking on is expanding the grammar school's frontier, expanding the frontiers of the grammar school. I wish to thank my seniors and mates for giving me the privilege to be the presenter of our alma mater Golden Jubilee. If I was told back then that I would be so privileged, I and or anyone else would reach this in some form of skepticism. With all sense of truthfulness, I do not really rate myself to be academically exceptional in our secondary school days. I was not an outstanding sportsman, I was not a school prefect, and not even a class monitor. Nevertheless, no one would deny me my position as the first and best on the daily list of noisemakers in the class. Even though my dad was a teacher here, I must always cut grass because my name was somehow defaulted as #1 noisemaker. There are many who should be here today but have departed this part of eternity and are now asleep in the Lord till thy trumpet shall sound. I speak of teachers and mates gone to the life beyond. May we do the least of honor for them as mortal by rising to observe an actual and real 1 minute silence in their honor. Mr. Chairman, sir, we want to rise up to remember our mates, most of whom we may not people like Amata, not the Nasi, Ukiri Blessing. We pray that the souls of the departed may in Christ Jesus be granted eternal rest in Jesus' name. And educational institutions are set up to achieve some set goals, given them as stakeholders in any given society. At the secondary school level, they are expected to make children successful in their future endeavors. By future endeavors, we mean the post-secondary school life of the pupils. Yet, we wish to state clearly that schools are set up to do two things: to impact on the students' life skill and creativity. Today, I want to argue that whereas most of our schools have succeeded in, so to say, preparing us for university education, preparing us to get jobs and having professionals, our schools have failed totally in actually making us creative, making us impact life skill. It is not as if these things are not there. The national policy on education is clear on what secondary school should achieve. Our lecture today is to advocate for a system where we will have what we will call the grammar school plus. What is a grammar school? From the British origin, the word grammar school does not refer to a place where they study classics, humanities, and grammar. The grammar school is simply a public-owned school financed by the taxpayer. The grammar school is also a neighborhood school, and the grammar school is also a school where students are admitted through what is called common entrance. That is the British definition of what the grammar school is. With time, we noticed that the missionaries that came here, especially the Anglican missionaries, named all their schools grammar school. Starting with CMS Grammar School in Baliga, Lagos, And in Isoko here, we have James Wedge Grammar School. Now, the point I want to make is that the Catholic, the Baptists, they named their own school colleges. And so we have NDC here in Isoko. Teachers' colleges were so named too, and technical colleges. The Baptists actually named their own academies. So you have Baptist Boys Academies, etc. In Britain, where the concept of grammar school came from, other colleges that were not government-owned, they were named either comprehensive schools or they were given some other names like colleges. And so that was basically the difference. By extension, most of the schools owned by the missionaries were public schools because they were drawing what was called grants in aid from the colonial government. And that was why our parents could afford to send our children to various grammar schools because the British government was actually giving all the Anglican owned schools grants in aid. Now, how do we benchmark our grammar school? By what benchmark, we are saying how will parents know that their children are doing well in school? How will the children themselves know that they have done well in school? The national policy of education is quite clear on that. And those of you who have the lecture or time section, subsection 19 says the broad goals of secondary school shall be to prepare individuals useful living within the society and enable them attend higher education. But if we look at C, 20C, it says the secondary school should provide trained manpower for applied sciences, technology, commerce, and some professional grades. Develop and promote Nigerian languages, arts, and culture in the context of world cultural heritage. Inspire the students with a desired self-improvement and achievement of excellence. And so, the point we are making is that our grammar school has put so much emphasis on academics and they have neglected every other area. If we look at the testimonials we were given when we were at school, you will discover that it had 3 headings. The bigger section was talking about subjects you pass. Right there, you have another section of character. They will say character, conduct. When our teachers want to be political, they will say satisfactory. And the last aspect is on extracurricular activity. Today, we want to argue that most of our schools are failed in the areas of extracurricular activity because they are failed to impart life skills on students. I want to recall when I was doing my YF. Our principal there, Mr. Obiodoro, I was playing football. We had history the next day. YF history the next day. I was playing football with my mates. I played football, I was very playful. With people like Okala, Blessing, Kurami. He was the captain of Mosquito team. So I was playing football. And the next day, the principal just crossed. There's a gate between our house and that of the principal. Permanent gate. Yeah. And he went to meet my dad. So he bring that car. Almost around our parents and he resolved the school money. So the most my father someone immediately said, "What are you doing?" So I'm playing football. He said, "You are going to spoil Emograms results." That was the end of playing football when exams were on. Thank God we were able to scale it through. Now the point we want to make is that what the students require and by which their success or failure in learning to be measured is life skill. Life skills are defined as abilities for adaptive and positive behavior. They enable individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. According to the United Nations Children Fund, the Educational and Children Fund. The purpose of Life Skills is to empower young people to take positive action and to protect themselves and promote health and positive growth. Now, if we look down there, we discover that we have three forms of life skills: social skills, thinking skills, and emotional skills. Again, too, there is also the added teacher skills and teaching skills. The other part of it is the national policy on education that clearly states that most of our children should be enabled, they should be empowered, so that after their secondary school education, they should be able to do something for themselves in life. If we look at some sections of this lecture, let us be fair to ourselves. Apart from a few of us who were able to make it in quote academically, most of us are still groping because of the system of education